My friends, we have the greatest, most radically transparent president, maybe of all time, definitely of my lifetime. You know, I've cited Theodore Roosevelt as being my favorite president, other than this amazing America First president, President Trump, in so many ways. But this decision right here, this is confirmation. This announcement that Trump just made, to me, cements the fact that he listens to the people of America. He listens to his voters. He listens to his citizens. He listens to the people of his country more than any leader I've ever seen. Check this insane, bonkers, unbelievable announcement that he just made. So I did a video yesterday of Trump warning Obama that he overstepped the line when he admitted that aliens were real. I'll play that clip for you again, but listen to this absolutely unreal announcement. I've never seen anything like this. Trump posted saying, based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War and our other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, otherwise known as UAPs, and unidentified flying objects, otherwise known as UFOs, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. So first of all, I don't even know what could be your possible reaction to that. Do we care? You know, my wife, in full transparency, I talked to my wife, and my wife was like, nobody really cares about that. They just want to pay their bills and do their thing. And I was like, no. I want to know. I want to see these things. I want to know what the heck's going on. I think it's interesting. Let me know how you feel in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. You know, Congress has been trying to get this information after the bombshell exposure that the Navy and military agencies and intelligence agencies had actual video footage of phenomenon that blew the mind and blew every law of physics known to man out of the water. I'll share with you some posts from Representative Anna Paulina Luna, the great Anna Paulina Luna, who really has done extensive work in this area, trying to extrapolate the truth from these agencies to be, transparent. She's totally on board with America First principles, values, and everything that we voted for in November. Also, I'm going to share with you these viral clips that are coming up of her on the Joe Rogan show only this past summer, where she divulged some things that even blew Joe Rogan, who's obviously kind of a space alien connoisseur. It even blew his mind. I'm going to share that with you. And she also had a clip today where she went on a show and talked about what Trump said. But I first want to share that clip that I think sparked it all, where Peter Doocy asked President Trump on Air Force One about Obama's claim that aliens are real. And this is how he responded. Watch.
Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to, so if you want to make an announcement.
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
We know illegal aliens are real.
Yeah, illegal. Only illegals.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
So this is what I mean when I said at the top of the video that he listens. He pays attention. What do the people want? I give the people what they want. You want closed borders? I'll give you closed borders. You want criminals off your street so you can take your kids down the street to the park or wherever and not have your head on a swivel? I'll take care of that. You want world peace? I'll give you world peace. You want a booming economy, breaking stock market records, the Dow, S&P, etc.? I'll do that. You want affordable housing? I'll do. I mean, he has done everything that he's promised. The only thing that's stopping these things, and I did an entire stream on the SCOTUS ruling, the Supreme Court and tariffs. If you missed that, check it out. I'll leave it in the end card so you can catch up on it. The only thing that's stopping him is the hypocrites and activist judges. Those are the only thing. The people who should be helping him, supporting the person who was duly elected, the people that should be helping and supporting that, the will of the people, are actually fighting him. Okay, I want to share this really quickly. Pete Hegseth reposting that announcement with a salute and an alien emoji. That is his official Department of War, Secretary of War X account right there. He's reposting that. I think that's so interesting. Basically saying, you got it, Chief. Anything you say, I will obey that command. So we're going to see it, folks. We're going to be able to understand and see who in the world, what in the world, where are they from? How does it relate to us? How long have we known about this? I think it's going to happen, and it's going to happen for sure. Before we get to the Anna Paulina Luna clips, I just want to share this really quickly. Dr. Stephen Greer, who is a prominent UFO researcher, said, I've seen the drafts, and they are for sure real. It seems like most people are for this, even, the only maybe sane, he's now being called the only sane Democrat left in the party, John Fetterman, went on a broadcast last night and said this.
We might get to see the alien files.
Yeah, that'd be incredible. I mean, this is, I grew up and I was, watching like the X-Files. Now, if he's going to release all the X-Files, I think that could be a bipartisan thing to finally realize what's happening.
Do you believe there are UFOs and there's alien life outside?
No, I think what President Obama said, that the odds, because of how many trillions of planets and everything across the universe, I think life does exist, but how it could find us, or how you can explain some of those videos that, that's been released over the couple of years. So for me now, if President Trump is going to release everything, I think that's fantastic, because I think America, and the world would deserve if the is.
Before we get to Anna Paulina Luna's clips, I want to share this very cryptic post that Anna Paulina Luna posted on her Instagram, or maybe her ex, I'm not sure. One of the two. Anyway, she posted this very cryptic post of just Orion, just a picture of the sky capturing the Orion constellation with zero caption. Why do you think she would post that without any explanation, zero context, as one of the most prominent members of Congress who is investigating UFOs, UAPs, et cetera, et cetera? I think that's very, very interesting. Why Orion? Was it just a lark? Was she just saying, hey, that's cool? Or was there something more there? I'd love to get your thoughts on this. Okay, I've got two clips from the Rogan show where she was on the Rogan show and she just absolutely blew Rogan's mind. This first clip is it's only 30 seconds long, and she basically tells Joe Rogan she's seen actual evidence and they were, quote, not created by mankind. I actually can't show the video clip. I can only show the audio. So make sure you turn up your volume, and here's the first clip right here. Listen to this. This is powerful.
Yeah, so what I want to bring it back to evidence. You said that you've seen evidence. Like, what kind of evidence have you seen?
I have seen photos. I have seen...
what have you seen photos of?
So I was in a skiff, and I can't discuss all that was in a skiff, but what I can tell you is based on the photos that I've seen, I'm very confident that there's things out there that have not been created by mankind.
Wow. Okay, that's one. This is a longer... it's insane. How is nobody care? How is this just coming out now? This is the clip where... Okay, I've got one more clip. This is just blowing my mind. I'm sorry. This is her. Okay, this show was again back in August of 2025, so not that long ago, a little over 7 months ago. Here is Paulina Luna just basically breaking the internet after claiming she has seen evidence of, quote, interdimensional beings, end quote, with credible people reporting, quote, movement outside of time and space. Check this out here.
I can also tell you, and this might sound crazy, but based on our investigations and stuff that we've seen, okay, there is definitely something that I think would rival what we know currently with physics, and a tech that potentially is out there that we don't have the ability to reproduce, because it would basically be like dropping a cell phone right off back during the time of maybe caveman. So like we just don't have the tech to develop it yet. What I can also tell you is based on our interviews, and this has been something that you can go back and watch with the congressional hearings, but I was actually able to ask some of the witnesses, what are these things? And they keep saying interdimensional. And then when you talk about the interdimensional aspect of, are these things pre-existing, maybe outside of what we currently know as our own dimension, that stuff can kind of all sound crazy. But at the end of the day, my job as an investigator is to receive all the information, decipher it, and then ultimately from a congressional aspect, if you do have contractors that are withholding information or operating outside of the purview of the federal government, there's budgetary issues, but there's definitely something that I can tell you with confidence that exists that we don't know how to explain currently.
So when you say that it operates outside our understanding of physics, what specifically are you saying? Like what happened?
I guess break it down in simple terms is that I think that some of the tech that exists, that whatever these things have, these energy things have.
Energy things? What do you mean?
Well, they call them interdimensional beings. I think that they can actually operate through the time spaces that we currently have. And that's not something that I came up with on my own. That's based on stuff that we've seen. That's based on information that we've been told. And then also, too, I think that there's this historical aspect of, this gets into the deeper theories and concepts of religion and I think the history that we currently know and that kind of spins off into another topic of you have the modern day Bible, you have this aspect of Bibles or books of the Bible that have been removed that explain and kind of touch on these topics, and I think that we're in a time and age where you have such a vast amount of information that we have access to via social media, via your cell phone, via the internet. And so it's really changing the way that we understand, the origins of life and the spiritual reality that we know.
When you say interdimensional beings, that they know that these are interdimensional beings, how do they know that? Based on testimony would be based on witnesses that have come forward, but what I can tell you is the witnesses just were told that they were interdimensional?
that they've seen things. And what I can tell you without getting into classified conversations is that there have been incidences that I believe where very credible people have reported that there have been movement outside of time and space.
That's very vague.
Yeah. So, look.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Look. Have I seen a portal open? No. Have I seen a spaceship? Personally, no. Have I seen evidence of this? Yes. Have I seen photo documentation of aircraft that I believe were not made by mankind? Yes. Is there historical significance to this? Yes. Is there multiple events that go back to, I would argue, maybe even before the time of Christ that have documented this in text? Yes. So do I believe that the government has access to certain technology? Yes, to an extent. And I believe that certain contractors potentially have back engineered this tech. I think that that's what can explain the advancements that we're seeing. But I also believe that this is a dangerous level of hidden information from the American people, because if you have an aspect of the federal government, which I can tell you, I, with two other members of Congress, were denied access to information at Eglin Air Force Base pertaining to whistleblowers because of the fact, and we can get into that story and what happened at Eglin in a second, but we were denied access and told that we don't have security clearance or the read-in authority on a special access program. That's a problem, because I'm supposed to represent and be an investigative body, and you have then people who are unelected that are operating basically in secrecy, and that's a problem.
Wow. I mean, that's, you could almost argue like, yeah, she can't really say a lot. She's obviously kind of hampered by confidentiality, but I believe her. I believe her 100%. I think she wanted to say more, but two interesting things I picked up there. Advancements that we're seeing today. They've reversed engineered this technology, defense contractors, et cetera, et cetera. That's why she said, quote, we see things. Rogan's totally right by saying this is totally vague. How do you know they're interdimensional beings and stuff? She can't divulge more. But man, is that super, super interesting. I highly recommend you go listen to that entire show. You can easily find it online, on Apple Podcasts or whatever, Spotify. I highly recommend you go check that out. Here's what she said today to Martha McCallum. I just want to play this really quickly. This is her response to Trump saying he's going to release everything. Watch.
Infamous videos that we showed in one of our hearings was actually a video that was dead dropped to Eric Burleson, who's a member of Congress, from within the Department of War, and it shows a UAP, an unidentified air phenomena, deflecting a Hellfire missile. This was taken off of ISR footage off the coast of, I believe it was Yemen. So long story short, there have been briefings that we've received as Congress that leads us to believe that yes, there is definitely an advanced technology out there that's not created by mankind. And yes, of course, we've seen other evidence where it could potentially be UAPs, and then we later find out that there's drones. But there is a certain amount of evidence that we simply can't explain. Some of the physics that are defied in how these vehicles operate are very interesting to note. And we are not the only government that's, looked into this extensively. But I really do look at this from a lens of national security. And as you know, as we continue to evolve specifically on the front of AI and drone technology, we have to ensure that are these things, whatever they may be, are they potential adversarial weapons, advanced weapons, or not? And I think the whole aspect that the federal government can deny access to members of Congress, of which has happened not just to myself, but to other members of Congress as well, is not just alarming, but it's also something that cannot truly exist in a free and fair society. Government should not operate in secrecy. And so I look forward to the American people being able to determine their own conclusion after they've seen some of the evidence that we have seen. But most recently, Representative Gates actually came forward. He was on that initial CODAL with me and Representative Tim Burchett, where we were denied access. And he will tell you that if you've seen some of the stuff that we've seen, you will too become a believer.
Wow. Well, I think it would be pretty short-sighted or myopic to think that we're alone in this vast universe, that there's all sorts of physics and there's all sorts of problems with being interdimensional, or the fact that light year is the fastest a thing that physics can currently understand. Not to get into it because I'm not a physicist, but apparently, we like the Milky Way itself is like hundreds of light years across, and it would take too many years, even if we could go at the speed of light, which we can't even figure that out. So the concept and idea of there being life seems highly, highly more than just probable or possible, but very likely. But of us connecting with them or being close to us or having the access to us seems very, very highly unlikely. And I hope we figure it all out. I think it would be really, really cool to know. I want to know what gave her the chills. I want to know what she saw. I want to know how she knows they're interdimensional and all that. How about you? Let me know. And by the way, I'm not leaving yet. I can see you eyeing our one-of-a-kind original made in the USA 250th American celebration designs. Yeah, I see you eyeing them. Guess what? You can get your own. We got mugs, we got hats, we got shirts, we got baby clothes, toddler clothes, we got all sorts of things, tote bags. Check out in the link our original Nez Nation brand new 250th merch line. Link is in the pinned comment and in the show notes down below. Tap that thumbs up if you love America. Go check out these videos just in case. Here's the video stream I did earlier on the SCOTUS decision. Go check that out. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It doesn't cost you a thing. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA. And let's hope we can find out about some aliens. I'll see you soon.